Hey Leo, Mariah here. It's a pleasure as always to be reading for you. So I hope you're doing really good. I hope you're really well. So I want to take a look into my Leos who are dealing with somebody in present moment. So it's not necessarily for my singles, but for my Leos, whether you are in a relationship, maybe you're confused, maybe you're uncertain, maybe you just want to know where you and your partner are standing, how things are going to continue to develop. This is absolutely for you. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on throughout the rest of March, since we are getting to the middle of the month and going into April. So we're technically going to look at March and going into April and April itself. So let's get started. Okay, so let's take a look, Leo, at who you're dealing with. So who is Leo dealing with when it comes to their love life, Spirit? Who is Leo? Okay, thank you. So we have lessons of Pluto and synergistic. It says patterns of control, power, manipulation, and intense push and pull attraction. Intimacy is not possessive and synergistic. This is your energetic match. Two birds sing sweeter than one. Okay. Before I say what I'm getting ready to say, I want to look at you really quick. So let's see. Where are my Leos standing with this person? How is Leo feel? Okay. We got one from you. Parasitic symbiotic. One party benefits while the other is depleted. Energy, support, and empathy are not equal. Give and take needs to become balanced. And on the bottom of the deck, since they have two, I'm just going to look at the bottom for you. We actually have new love. New love or a new phase in love is beginning. Okay. So this goes literally two separate ways. One of the ways that this is going, especially if this is somebody that you're new, that's new that you're dealing with for however the duration has been this far. On your end, you're already picking up signals, signs, behavioral patterns, how this person is energetically aligning themselves with you. You feel that something is not really copacetic here. And I'm looking at their energy and I will tell you, yes, you're on point. So no matter what, always believe and understand this. Cards aside, when there's smoke, there is fire. If you are feeling like something is off, move into the position of the observer and start taking notes. Put in your mental Rolodex. Start taking notes of what you're seeing. Slow down what you're giving and start really watching this person's behavior, their actions, and how they're presenting themselves to you. Because one thing for certain and two things for damn sure, a person can only keep up a facade for so long, and a person can only be on their best behavior for a certain period of time. That person will show you who they truly are, whether you're able to recognize it immediately or whether you're one of those people who you need some time to really come to the conclusion that what you're seeing is truly what needs to be believed. Nonetheless, something here on your end feels one-sided, it feels off, or you may be able to tell maybe their way of handling relationships, the way of showing love is not in alignment with what you need. And that still creates a parasitic symbiotic connection because you may give at a different capacity versus what they give. So at the end, still somebody gets depleted versus the other. Now, the other way this is going is if you've been dealing with somebody for however long it's may been, it's not a new situation, you've been rolling with this person. I don't want to say toxic because I feel like it's overused, it's overkill, you know? I think the person that you are dealing with really does have an energetic tie to you. However, not all energetic ties are beneficial. Not all energetic ties are for our highest good, and not all energetic ties are healthy. And if I'm looking at somebody who may strong handle their way in your life, whether it is asserting themselves with instances of control, manipulation, gaslighting, projecting, lying, being deceptive, then we have to take a step back, because sometimes it can kind of, now we start moving into a weird dichotomy, because sometimes depending on how you receive love, Leo, and how you perceive love, when people are very possessive of us or very controlling of us, if we never were shown healthy ways of love, we can view this as, oh, this person just really loves me, or this person just really wants to make sure I'm okay, or this person just really into me, and it's not necessarily that. But getting off of that area, the other way, like I mentioned, there's a dichotomy to this. The other way that this is looked at is that this is somebody who can weaponize, and hear me clearly, somebody who can weaponize the history, the comfortability, the sense of knowing that you will be there. So the reliability, the love that you have for them, weaponize that against you for their own advantage and leverage point in the relationship. Be able to be discerning, be able to be observant of this. And if you're seeing this, if you're witnessing this, whether this is somebody that is new or whether somebody you've already been dealing with, understand the qualities of what it is you need to have a healthy relationship based upon your own integrity, your own core values, your own morals, and ask yourself, is this person truly in alignment with it? And then also ask yourself, because if I'm looking at that lessons of Pluto, so it tells me this may be for you an intense connection. What is the level of respect you get from this person? As much as they may want to weaponize certain aspects of the connection against you, how much respect does that person truly have for you if they can do that? So I don't want to get too, I feel like I start going off into the abyss. But let's go. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. So let's see, the person that Leo is dealing with. How does this person feel towards Leo? Thank you. Oh, okay. We got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. How does this, okay, jeez. The Strength in the reverse. And some of you too, whether this may be somebody that's new or somebody you've been dealing with for some time, it's like you're in a phase of more than likely wanting new love. So if this is somebody that's new that you're dealing with, then be observant. Or if this is somebody that you've been dealing with, you may just be in a space of understanding and seeing the smoke through the fog, understanding things are for what they are, and being in a place of like, you know what, I want something that's just new. Four of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the, okay. So that stronghold that I mentioned a little bit ago, that's what's happening with this person. It's the fact that whether you're waking up to seeing this person for truly who they are, you're waking up to understanding, listen, we're just not compatible on certain levels, or you're waking up to the fact that this person may have been weaponizing certain things of the relationship, even their love towards you. They know this person is clearly self-conscious and self-aware of knowing that they don't have the stronghold on you, especially when I'm looking at the Strength in the reverse and I'm asking how they feel about you. They don't have that stronghold on you like they used to. And I think to a large degree, it bothers them. It comes down to an ego thing at the end of the day. A lot of stuff comes down to ego, and a lot of stuff comes down to pride. And for this person, I think this is a bruise or a blow to the ego, to know that they don't have that power over you, to know that they cannot weaponize you, or weaponize their love towards you, to know that they cannot get away with certain behaviors or patterns that they may have done, or maybe if this is new, that they've tried to show you or exhibit to you, that you're detecting this. And that maybe their tricks, their behaviors, even if it's done unintentionally, because a lot of times, I ain't gonna say all the time, but I will give grace where it needs to be given. Quite a few times, people are unaware of these patterns. For them, they think this is normal. For them, they think this is okay. For them, they don't see the issue, or actually they really are not cognizant of how they're showing up and how they're projecting onto you. Some people truly are just not privy to it. So I give certain people grace. I don't make concessions for their behavior, but sometimes if a person truly was not shown the correct way, the right way of love, and starting from the household, if they didn't have that examples in the household, well, then who taught them in real life? If nobody showed them what true healthy love is, that has boundaries, and that's patient, and that's kind, and that's persistent and consistent, how can they know what to do once they become an adult if they were never shown that? And if they've had a series of relationships where their partners or even themselves allow these kind of behaviors to go on, who's going to be the one to tell them no if they've been enabled, that this behavior is okay? And what I'm looking at is at a person who, from their perspective, they know that they don't have that stronghold on you anymore. I think it is bruising their ego. I think it is making them feel a little restless, because I think they will like to be able to have some form of control back and when it comes to this relationship with you, or would like to maintain some form of control, but they know they can't. So this is, This might be a little long read. This entry is juicy. All right, so let's see, Leo, let's look at your energy. So how is my Leo's feeling towards this person? Page of Pentacles. How is Leo feeling towards this person? Nine of Cups in the reverse. Two of Swords. And we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. I just heard emotional disturbance. Why is this Page of Pentacles here? The Temperance. So on your end, Leo, I like your vibe. I genuinely like your vibe because you're in a space of like, listen, my vibration, my energy is not one of wanting to dispute you, battle you, argue with you, fight with you. That's below where I'm vibing at right now. It reminds me, not to go off to the side left, but it kind of reminds me of that one meme from like maybe a year or two ago with Kourtney Kardashian. And like they put all these clips of her saying, right now I'm just living life. I just want to live life. I'm living life. We're going to live life. I'm living my life. That's what this reminds me of. You're in a place, even when it comes to this person, where you can look at it objectively, head over heart. And even though the emotions may still be there, and for some of you, they may not be there, or at least not as prevalent, you can realistically see and observe this person of, yes, maybe at some point or at one point in time, you were everything I asked for. You were everything I wished for. You were everything that I wanted. But is it truly worth, when we look at the ratio here, is it truly worth my emotional peace? Or is it worth dealing with the emotional disturbance that you bring me? And because you can look at this now, maybe degrees of separation, a bit removed, even if you are dealing with somebody and this is kind of new, you're able to kind of pull back and just assess the situation. You can already assess that emotionally it's not worth the experience to deal with this person, to then have them move you out of the vibrational level you're operating at this time. It's just not worth it. You don't want to fight. You don't want a headache. You don't want to continue with that. And lo and behold, even on your energy, and this is why I think it's so slick about you, you wish them peace. You wish them well. I hope you find what you're looking for in life. I hope you find the best success in life. I hope you find that woman or that man that treats you well. But that's for you to find. That's not for me to be involved in that process. That's not for me to go on the journey with you. I do wish you well. I genuinely wish you. That's the vibe here. So I'm always proud of you, but I'm proud of you with that. So let's see, what is this person's intentions with you, right? What is this person's intentions with Leo? Knight of Wands. We have the Three of Swords in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands, Three of Swords in the reverse, King of Wands, Judgment in reverse, and the Six of Wands. I heard the saying death over dishonor. So I don't know if that's somebody saying that they like to say or whatnot, but their intentions, Leo, this is if you have somebody in mind or whatnot. This is somebody that they cannot lose control. I don't know who you're dealing with. What kind of vibe this is. But this is somebody who is very focused. And like I said, they can tell that they're losing their reign over the connection, over the situation. And by all means necessary, they do not like that. They do not want that. And this is going against their better judgment. Because if they can tell that you're separating or distancing yourself or have distanced yourself, or maybe you're pulling back your energy a little bit just to be in observer mode, they don't like that you're doing that because, again, this person, I don't know how they were taught love, what was shown to them, what love was. It feels definitely out of balance. But this is somebody who, going against their better judgment, knowing that you are distancing yourself a little bit, that they aren't satisfied with that. And they want your attention. They want to be in your presence. They still want something from you. So this lets me know, if I'm looking at all wands here, predominantly King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands. If I'm looking at all wands energy here, then this lets me know something really tricky. Some people When they try to continue on with you or come back or try to make things right, it doesn't mean that they realize what they lost. And if I'm looking at wands, this is a form of utility that they see in you. I don't know what that utility is, whether it's sex, your time, your emotional availability, your attention, your efforts. Because I know, like I've mentioned before, but you Leos, when you love hard. You love 1,000,000% and then some. You will give the last blood that you have in your veins. But because a person wants to make it right, and I don't really see necessarily making it right, it's just wanting to come back and get your attention and being your energy. And even when they do that, sometimes it doesn't mean that they have genuine intentions when they come back or they try to make it right or they try to gain your attention again. Sometimes it means that they can't cope with the feelings of loneliness. Some people can be possessive. Some don't want to see you happier. Some don't want to accept a new you. And they will come back because they don't like where you're going or how you're moving yourself away. So let's see, what is this person's intention, or not person's intention, but let's see what your intentions is with this person. I don't think I'm gonna do an extended on this because this is like very cut and dry. And I don't, if I'm looking at some heavy energy here, there's no need to elaborate on it, you know? It kind of is what is. The Knight of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. Tell me more. Thank you. Tennis. Can I give you a hug? Please give me a hug. Give me a hug. I love you guys. Because I love when you can stand on principle. I love people who can stand on their principle. I love people who can stand on their integrity. I love people who are honorable, admirable. I love people who know their sense of self-respect and they have a sense of self-dignity and a sense of self-worth. And I'm looking at that with you, with your intentions. Be proud of yourself. And be proud of how far you come, because I'm sure you didn't come out the gate initially into the dating world with all of these things. These are characteristic traits that had to be developed over time. So be proud. I'm telling you, be proud, because now that I'm seeing this and I'm looking at you kind of wanting to go into a new direction, you will get better outcomes. The less you tolerate this and become low tolerance for people and behaviors like this, the more you can actually attract in and allow people into your life that will respect you, that will honor you, that will treat you accordingly. Let's get one more. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, upright, and the High Priestess in the reverse. Why is the High Priestess in reverse for Leo's intentions? The Seven of Cups in reverse. And the Emperor. Okay. I like this. Your intentions is to work. I mean, for some of you, literally, but your intentions is to work. But this is on you. This is on continuing to better yourself, to continue to evolve yourself. You know what is done. And for some of you, it may hurt. And for some of you, if you haven't ended this, at some point you will end up ending this with whomever this is that you're dealing with. But I think the beauty in this, it's not that you're necessarily getting away from this person. Great. I think the beauty is you're putting not only yourself first, but your needs. What is it that you truly need? You're not allowing yourself to succumb to somebody's behaviors or them weaponizing things against you, guilt tripping you, making you feel bad, using the connection against you, using the love, the history, the memories, the bond, the sex against you. You're able to see clearly and articulate clearly why this will not work for you, and why this has been parasitic, and why this has been unhealthy. And if I want healthy outcomes as a Leo, then what does Leo need to align themselves with to receive those things? And what is it that Leo needs to even change about Leo self, right? About ourselves. What is it that I need to change? Whether it's my energy, whether it is the type of people I go for, whether it's the type of situations I allow myself to entertain. What is it that I need to change about myself so that way I can get better results? And you're not, I will tell you this, a part of your intuition, I don't want to say intuition, but let's go with it. A part of your instinct, you may slightly feel a little off, right? Maybe, are we sure we want to do this? Are we positive? Sometimes, you know how we get the second voice in our ear, just kind of like, all right, you sure you want to do this? But there's something that's very clear that you know this isn't working, or it will not work, or you can predict based upon the trajectory of how the connection has been going, that in the end, it's going to collapse at some point. So it's better to get out now and have an exit strategy versus continuing to stay in it and just wasting my time and delaying the inevitable. And by not delaying the inevitable, we can move ourselves closer to the outcomes we want from our relationships. And that's what you're doing. You're moving yourself closer to the outcomes that you want from relationships, because this person, I'm just seeing no bueno. That's the best way to put it. No bueno. Leo, I didn't mean to do this for 20 minutes, but it felt like kind of a personal reading. So whoever this is for, this feels legit like a personal reading. Know that I love you. I want the best for you. I want you to have the best outcomes. I want you to have the love you truly desire. And by making certain changes and by denying access to people in your life, certain people into your life, the better you can align yourself with what it is that you truly want. And I want y'all to be happy in relationships, married, have kids, whatever it is you want. I'm here for it, and I'm here cheering you on and rooting for you. I love you. You take care, Leah.